Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most late fees, Shea Baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always rewinds. And you're listening to
Blockbuster Wives.
Yeah.
Batman forever.
Batman forever.
I'll be waiting.
I'll be waiting for the
Everlasting
Joker.
in Gotham City.
It's funny that there's a Joker and a Riddler.
I know.
Like, how much comedy do we need?
When I was a kid, I thought that they were the same.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because they were, both green and like kind of nuts. So I was like, eh. And then when I got older and I started really getting into it, I was like,
Like,
oh,
wait a
they're
second.
not the same. But they're kind of like cloned with just like, they're like the same character with different fonts, low key, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome, you guys.
Welcome to Drew Barry Madness.
Drew Barry Madness. This is the second episode out of 4.
Of all Drew Barrymore movies for the month of March, chosen by yours truly. Wait, that would be me. No, you guys.
Ours truly. I don't know.
Y'all's truly.
Y'all's truly. Yeah, what is the...
I don't know. By you all.
But anyways, y'all, thank you so much. Without you, we would not have Drew Barry Madness. We just have to pick our own episodes, which is like, who does that?
Ooh,
Honestly.
embarrassing.
It's not like we do that every other month of every year we've ever accomplished.
But March, we engage in democracy.
That's right. Well, we do. But we would have an override if necessary. Luckily, we didn't have to. But we talked
didn't
about
have to
that.
use the nuclear option.
Yeah, like the nuclear one.
Yeah. Smash that button.
Exactly. And like and subscribe. We never say that, do we?
Yeah, you should. And please give us money on Patreon.
Dude, give us money on Patreon. We have like bonus episodes on there. We have some really cool bonus content there.
You get a shirt.
You get a shirt if you're a $20 donor, which is like, y'all have $20, okay? I don't know your financial situation.
We know you do. Oh, no, the pointing is starting.
Oh, no. Dude, I pointed last time. You started the pointing this time. It's my turn next time. Anyway, we love you guys, and we appreciate you so much. And, yeah, we're just so excited to kick it off with the second week of Drew Barry Madness Month, baby.
Yeah, and this one is, like we were singing at the beginning, Batman Forever. But before we get to that, we need an update from Shea.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah, so we thought we should talk about the fact that I moved to fucking Utah, baby.
Previously announced.
Yeah, we wanted to keep y'all updated because, we wanted to show you that even though I do live elsewhere, I'm still coming back for you, girl. Because
Look where
I love
we
y'all.
are.
I love you so much. And of course, I'm not going to miss out on seeing my wife, being in the studio. Yeah, but Utah life has been great. For the first time the other day, I had to brush off my car because it was covered in snow. And I felt very in touch with my Canadian roots, as you can see with my Canadian tux that I'm wearing. Yeah, it was just it was a weird, like, full circle moment because I remember being a kid watching my parents do that. And then when we moved to Vegas, I was like, dude, I'm never going to have to do that. And then in Utah, I did it myself and I was like, whoa, this is... Yeah, I just felt very connected.
Did you use your bare hands or did you have a device?
No, I bought a brush just in case I'd need like one of those like the ice pick brush thingies. And I bought it just in case because I was like, I don't know how snowy it gets for the upcoming months. But apparently, yeah, it is. And it's kind of on and off, similar to Vegas weather where like when you wake up, it's cold, and then throughout the day it gets warmer, and then at night it gets cold again. You just don't know what it's going to be like. I look out the window every day, and I have to see, like, what kind of day I'm going to have based on if, like, how much snow is piled up on my car. It's really cool. Yeah, the other day in my car, I could see my breath, and I was just, like, driving to the store, and I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, my life there is just super slow and intentional. I'm like meeting new peeps, checking out my spots. I got my nearest gas station.
Ooh, very important.
Yeah, no, the most important things to me, I was like, okay, I need my nearest gas station, my nearest library, my nearest In-N-Out.
Oh, shit.
My nearest TJ's. Like, I was like,
gotta smell those candles.
Yep, my nearest gym. So, you gotta smell those candles. Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, I think I just like, I've been there a month now. So I'm like, I found all my spots. I kind of have a routine. So now I'm going to start like going out more and checking out like,
Nice.
oh yeah, in a coffee place that I really like, Split Leaf Coffee. And
Been there.
yep, it's so good. And the guy at the counter now knows me. So he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey. So that's cute. But yeah, it's been really fun and sweet living with sweet Becca, because we haven't lived in the same zip code since we were 16 years old.
Wow. Full circle.
So it's been really cute, and yeah, I really like it. I really, really love it. So thank you for asking, my queen.
Yay! And we just wanted again to reassure you that this ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we ain't leaving.
Okay?
We had a couple people reach out being like, wait, is this
Everyone's like, what's going to happen to the
is this
podcast?
the end of the pod?
I was like, don't worry about my feelings. It's all about the podcast.
Selfish. But no, we're Gucci. We're always gonna remain Gucci. And if anything were to happen, we'd obviously let y'all know.
Mommy and Daddy would tell you right away.
And it's not your fault. Mommy and Daddy love you so much, and we love each other. We'll always be a family.
Yeah.
No, but that isn't gonna happen anytime soon. So
suck it, haters.
So suck it, haters. Oh, the people that, yeah, we're never gonna die, bitch. To the vultures. If you know, you know. Anyway, but thank you for asking. Now moving towards
Batman Forever.
Yeah, Stacy was brilliant and started singing Batman Forever like Viva Forever, and I was
Spice
like,
Girls.
"You're so
Heard
smart,
of them?
dude." Heard of the Spice Girls? They're just like a little
They're a
indie
little Brit
group,
pop band.
steez. And they're like indie sleaze from Britain. It's like no big
You
deal.
probably never heard of them.
Yeah, probably never like even heard, but if you're underground, But yeah, I'm so stoked to finally do a Batman movie because I've been talking about this for a minute. I do want to have a full Batman month,
Nice.
but we definitely wanted to. We were trying to find 16 movies that Drew Barrymore was at least like in, and I knew that she was in Batman Forever, and I was like, well, we'll see if the peeps vote on it, and y'all did. I'm so happy.
It made it all the friggin' way.
Dude, I was worried that it wasn't going to, but y'all made it happen.
So I've never seen this movie
Really?
before now. Yeah, so I had no idea what to expect.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait to hear
Our
what you
queen
think.
is not really in it that much. I
She's
kept waiting.
not.
It takes a full hour for her to make an appearance.
Yeah, when I was a kid, like I guess she just like popped out more in my mind than like she really like I thought she was in it for like half the movie.
And that's why I'm dressed up as, obviously,
Yeah.
Sugar.
She looks insanely gorgina. And
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm wearing my low-key
Canadian Riddler.
Jim Carrey Canadian tux Riddler.
It's green.
It's green. Oh, and
Do you get it, you dummy?
do you get it? This is we're sponsored by the Rizzler, which is
Wingstop,
me.
please sponsor us.
Dude, Wingstop literally shouts out, and we're not going to shout you out again until we
It
get.
fuels the pod, okay?
It actually does. Every time we take a lunch break, we're at Wingstop, baby. Okay, so shouts out
and
to
you
Wingstop.
know we're
again.
always taking one.
No,
You're like,
literally.
when we take it, like,
I'm like, for our
Yeah.
third snack break.
yeah, if we take a lunch break, like,
I know I'm not on mic.
Yeah.
But if you do get the sponsorship, you could have Blockbuster
Blockbuster
wings.
wings.
What would our
from
flavors
the producer
be?
Brent.
Brent, you're so
Popcorn butter flavored. Hello.
bro. Ooh, what would I do? I would do like a Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, it would have to be like super buttery. I would want to do something like spicy because we're like feisty,
Ooh, nasty.
nasty. I don't know. I would probably do like 6-9 wings or something like that, and then they'd
Hey.
like kick me out. I'd get thrown out like Jazzy Jazz on.
do a hot
Fresh Prince
dog.
of Bel-Air. Oh, a hot dog? Did you say a hot dog?
Yeah, BBW hot dog.
Wow.
I do a great impression of hot dog,
Anyway, we're still working out the kinks, but
but we'd really appreciate it.
Wingstop, we'd love to have a meeting
We're
of the
open.
minds. We are
We're open.
We're open
Send
and
your
available.
offers post haste.
But it doesn't. This offer doesn't last for long, so you have to
It will expire soon.
24 hours.
I'm like soon. 24.
But anyways, shouts out to you, Wingstop. We love you. And again, this is the last time until we get sponsored. that
Maybe if
we're
we just
shouting
started calling this the Wingstop's corporate bullshit.
out. Oh my God! Yeah, we just start calling them. They send us a cease and desist.
But then like you noticed us.
Oh, and also shouts out to Brent. He's taken over for this month, producing because Sweet Anthony couldn't make
It's
it.
a family man, you know.
Yeah, he's a family man,
His
and we
family
get it.
needed him.
Shouts out to you, Anthony. Shouts out to Brent.
We
We
miss
love
you.
y'all. We miss you, Anthony, but we also love Brent.
Brent's holding it down.
He really is, as always.
man, the
Shouts out,
mustache.
dog. Yep.
Nosferatu looking ass over there.
Dude, he was wearing a blanket earlier when we were having our Wingstop sponsored lunch break. He was wearing a blanket, and I was like, bro, you're serving Count Orlok realness right now. It was like a fuzzy brown blanket. It was so dope.
He's like, more
It was just like, more Wingstop realness. Anyway, that was pretty good.
That
Shouts
was really
out to
good.
me, honestly.
I can't roll my R's, so I'll never be a good Count Orlok.
That's okay, my queen. You don't need to be. You would be a different character in that movie.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I did listen to a horror movie recap podcast of it. Shout out.
It was my
Shout
favorite
out
movie of
Too Scary
2024.
Didn't Watch. Love that podcast. They broke it on down.
It was my fave movie of last year. I think we talked about that already.
Yeah, I think
probably,
I'd be William Dafoe.
Yeah, you would. He's a curious baddie
Yeah.
with a giant elephant dong.
If you haven't seen the video, it's available on the internet.
I have to tell you something later. Actually,
Okay.
remind me. Okay. Anyway, so Batman Forever.
Batman Forever. Corporate bullshit from my queen.
Yes. Okay, let's get started with corporate bullshit, y'all.
Let's.
Corporate bullshit. Some bullshit.
Okay. So Batman Forever is a 1995 American superhero film based on DC Comics character Batman by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. It's
Bill
a sequel.
Finger.
Yeah, Finger.
no idea.
You know what I'm saying? It's a sequel to Batman Returns from I think 92. Yeah.
Okay, and that was the Tim Burton era?
Yes.
Okay.
He almost directed this movie, but he ended up not, so he's a producer on it.
Okay.
Now it's directed by Joel Schumacher, which I've talked about him in the number 23 episode.
He's a gay icon, right?
He's a gay icon, and the reason why this movie kind of turned the way that it did with the dime-sized nipples added to the suit, etc., all these iconic forms of like costuming came from him because he actually went to the School of Parsons, like School of Design or whatever. He started out with costuming, and then he got some writing credits for certain movies, and then he just became a director. Like,
Easy
so
peasy.
fucking cool. Just like decided
Just why not?
switch it up. I talked about all his, like, so much of his lore on that episode, so if you want to hear about that, you can go back. But he's literally so fucking iconic. Anyway, it was produced by Tim Burton and Peter McGregor Scott.
Oh, okay, so Tim Burton was still involved.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I
at the
didn't
beginning of the
know
movie, you can see that it's like,
Wow.
Tim Burton production, and you can still feel it because there's a lot of like super dark elements. However, this movie is a little bit more silly and campy.
So,
And by a
so
little,
much
I
more
mean a
fun
lot.
that I was like, damn, I love this.
Yeah, it's very, like, it's honestly very gay. Like, it is very gay, which is probably why I fucking loved it as a kid, honestly. There's so many little, like, hints and jokes and, like, the jargon that's only really used in, like, gay, like, queer culture that's, like, kind of threaded into a lot of the movie.
And you know, I'd never seen this.
Yeah.
Never.
She's never seen this
And
shit.
I was like, oh, this is fun. I saw Batman and Robin, which he also did, Joel Schumacher, and
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as fun as this one.
no.
So maybe he got like backlash and had to make it like more serious, but this one was just like a fun romp.
Yeah, it's a really specific, like, I love this era of Batman, but this specific movie is just so, like I was saying, like, campy, really fun. There's like a joke a minute. It's like way sillier and like
Very silly.
kind of based more on the actual like comic books and like the TV show.
Right, very TV show. I
Yeah, it's
thought.
very TV.
Like, very just pulpy and like everyone falls in love with him immediately. and,
Yeah.
like, all these tropes.
It's very Zorny, which we obviously love. So, it's starring Val Kilmer as Batman. He took over for
Michael
Keaton. Yeah, he took over for Michael Keaton, who we love on
Who
this
was,
pod.
of course, Jack Frost.
Yeah, duh.
One of my favorite episodes.
Hello. It's such a good fucking movie. Anyway, Tommy Lee Jones, who plays Two-Face,
Killed it.
killed it.
Plays it like a 12 out of 10. Gives it his all.
Truly, he did. I mean, dude, Men in Black. Can't wait to cover that movie. Jim Carrey as the Riddler, obviously.
Also giving it his all. Classic
Put his
Jim
whole
Carrey.
jagussi
That's
into
why I was
that
like,
shit.
I love Jim Carrey at this time. I don't know why I didn't watch it, except that I was not very into Batman.
See, yeah.
It wasn't my franchise.
Yeah, I for some reason I always loved Batman, and I think probably because I grew up watching the cartoon with my bros. That's probably, now that I think about it and say it out loud, that's probably exactly why. But we also watched like Spider-Man and shit, which I'm not as into. So I don't know. Like there was just something about Batman that I really liked. Nicole Kidman, who plays Chase something, I can't remember her last name.
Meridian.
Meridian.
She's a doctor.
She's fucking horny as hell. We'll talk about that later. And Chris O'Donnell, who plays, who will become Robin.
Sweet Robin.
Sweet Robin boy. He's so hot. Anyways, it was released on June 16th, 1995, the day before Stacy's birthday.
Wow.
It's 122 minutes. Pretty fucking long. Longer than I realized it was going to be.
It was pretty long. Like I said, when Drew Barrymore came out, I was like, I kind of forgot she was going to be in this, and I hit pause, and it was an hour in. And I was
It's
like,
for like
wait.
2 seconds.
And then I saw there's an hour left, and I was like, what?
The same thing happened to me. I was like, wait, how long are we? How much longer is this?
It did not need to be that long.
No, it did not need to be that long. The budget was 100 million
Ooh. In 95.
in
That's a
95,
lot.
so that's crazy. And then the box office was $336.6 million.
Ooh, wow.
These comic book movies make
Crazy.
so much fucking money. This is
Everyone
before,
just loves them.
I know, and this is before really, like, you know, the Marvel shit really like popped off. But holy shit. Rotten Tomatoes score is 41% critic score, which honestly surprised
Lower than
me.
50 First Dates?
Yeah, but I thought it was gonna be even lower than that.
Really?
So
You're like,
yeah,
I'm surprised it's this high.
yeah, because it's so campy, and I feel like campy movies really don't usually get a good critic score, but they did really well. And well, not really well, but you know, considering
Yeah.
anyway. And then the audience score is less than that, 33%.
Ooh, wow. That's low.
But I think with Batman, people tend to want it to be more serious, and I understand because Gotham City is like super fucking gritty. There's a lot of trauma involved in like the story, and like just like the basic storyline is like just pretty dark in general. So I think people really tend to want to make it more serious, and I get it. But I love this rendition of like Batman era where it's like, yeah, campy, and like, yeah, it's still dark, but they like understand that when there's darkness, light needs to come about too to give it some balance. And like,
And it's like there is something very homoerotic about a man putting on like a skin tight little leather suit with like a little like mask, anonymous, and to be like physically kicking ass and stuff. Like this is all very campy and gay and great.
exactly, and being like, come live with me.
With like dumb little lines and taking in a young man into
Yeah,
a manse.
God, no, true. And we're gonna get to that in a second because Roger Ebert gave it 2.5 stars.
Okay.
He called it bubblegum for the eyes, which I think is perfect.
Yeah.
But this is maybe the longest article I've seen Roger Ebert write.
Whoa.
I didn't write any more quotes because it was so fucking long that I was like, dude,
I'm
I can't.
bored.
And he only talked about like all the references to it being gay without saying that. And I'm just
he's like,
like-
this is different.
Yeah, he was just like, he was basically saying like all the jokes are too obvious, and he's just like all the symbolism is this and that. And I was like, you're being a hater. This shit is fire. He did still give it 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
Though, so he didn't like hate it. I think he like liked it, but he needed to talk about how gay it is.
Yeah, and he's like, it's just a little quirky.
Yeah, but I'm like, Ebert, you loved it, so shut up. And it does not pass the Bechdel test.
Not by a long shot.
I think it passed 0 out of 3 tests. So
And because Sugar and Spice being, or no, Sugar is Drew Barrymore,
Yeah.
Spice, I don't remember her name. They don't talk to each other really at all, right?
no,
Yeah.
not really. They
Talk
kind of like,
in each other's proximity.
I was gonna say they kind of like are giving like a monologue at the same time, like switching off, but they're not really talking to each other. And they're still like talking about him because they're saying like, this is what I made you for
He's
dinner.
literally the center of attention.
Yeah, which is hot. Like their whole like trio is like hot.
And the house is so cool because on Drew Barrymore's side, it's like all white, fluffy,
Yeah.
feathers, all that shit. And then on
Monochrome.
Spice's side, it's like goth and black and red. and
Punk rock. I got red highlights in my
exactly.
hair.
I do things differently.
And there were certain parts of her hair that were like wiry, like but wiry in the sense that it like literally like angled, like really cool. Yeah, shouts out to both of them. But yeah, that was my corporate bullshit.
Yay!
Yay. But yeah, I didn't take a lot of notes just because I hadn't seen this movie maybe since I was like 8, I want to say, but I used to watch it all the time. Like as the opening credits came up, I was like, dude, I used to watch this a lot. Like I didn't realize how much, like I remembered certain lines and I like remembered certain like him even putting on the suit and like just certain parts. I was like, oh my God, like I used to watch this a lot, which I didn't remember until it came up again. But yeah, what did you think of it as a first time watcher?
Yeah, I thought it would be more like Batman and Robin, which I didn't like as much, but I don't know why, because it's Otto Schumacher, but I feel like this one was very much like torn from the comic book, torn from the cartoon, like just having a lot of fun. Everyone's over the top. Everyone's cartoonishly like villainous. Like they don't really try to get into anyone's motivations.
No.
It's like who cares? You already know. It's Batman. He's mad about his parents. It's Two-Face. He's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the Riddler. He's crazy. Like it's not trying to be like the later Batmans, like the Dark Knight, which is great, but where it's like we're gonna get into their minds. It's like no, we're not. Who cares? Anyway.
Yeah, moving like this movie didn't want to take itself too seriously.
Not at all. And I loved all the set pieces. I loved how it looked. It was incredible. I loved Two-Face's makeup. I thought was really cool.
Dude, yeah. And I love the relationship between Riddler and Two-Face because they're like talking each other up and one is sitting on the other one's lap at a certain point. I'm like, that's literally me and Stacy.
Gay partner.
Yeah, like it's a very gay movie and I love it. Like most people wouldn't think so, but like watch it, y'all. You need to watch it back and understand like this is a gay movie made by a gay man who's fucking iconic and cool as fuck.
Having a great time.
Doing his thing. Yeah, having the best time of his life, doing his thing. No one is going to make a Batman like this ever again. No. Never again. It'll never go like this, but I am so glad that it exists in this universe. And yeah, you know, what I love about Batman literally the most is the villains.
Yeah, they're so fun.
They make Batman so fun, whether it's like the dark version or the silly version. I could just watch any Batman movie over and over again because they're just so complex and cool. And sometimes you don't even have to dive into the complexity of it. It's just like at its face, they're just like, fuck Batman, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. So.
And I think maybe that's part of it because I really like Two-Face and Riddler as the villains. And Batman and Robin, it's Poison Ivy, who's cool. But then Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze or whatever is so bad. And not even like bad in a good way. It's just bad.
I need to watch it again because it's been a while. I do also love that movie, but not as much as this one.
He's not compelling. He's so one. And then he has one of the most offensive lines ever where he goes, "What killed the dinosaurs?" And the person who's about to die is like, "What?" And he goes, "The Ice Age," which is not true.
Which is just not simply not a fact. Anyway,
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And that's like his big line. I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! You don't even know." Anyway,
what a fucking
had to get that off my chest.
The governor of California, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello there, I'm the Governor, also known as the Gummy Bear of Candiconia.
Not anymore, but still, that's insane, bro. I can't even think about that for too long.
Yeah. So, anyways, I like this one a lot more. I'll be honest, my hopes were low because I didn't like Batman and Robin, but this is better.
It is, and I really like the origin. Like, just. Again, the costuming is so cool, and you could tell the director had a lot of say about all the costuming and the set pieces because he does have such an eye for it because he went to school. He's such an expert. And he like worked on The Wiz. Like he is in. Wait, what else did he work on? I think I wrote it down. He worked on Car Wash, Sparkle, and The Wiz. So yeah, like 3 iconic pieces of filmography. Just so tight. Anyways, okay. So, there's a fucking dope quote by Alfred where he says, he's like talking to Robin because he's so, dude, he's one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. He's just so like subtly, he has Riz.
Yeah,
he has fucking
Riz. He's got the bars. He's got the wisdom.
Yeah, like everyone goes to him for any piece of advice about anything and he knows exactly what to say. Like Batman goes to him about like big life-altering things, goes to him about women. Robin goes to him about, you know, losing his family and like not being sure what to do. Anyway, he tells Robin, "Broken wings mend in time. Robin will fly again, I promise." And I'm just like, stop it, Alfred. The whole circus element too, like the whole angle of that is really tight.
I was like, that's smart because it's like, yeah, acrobats are like fucking superheroes. They're
Yes.
so strong. They're so flexible. They can do crazy shit. They have lightning fast reflexes. So I love that. Yeah, like he doesn't have the technology Batman has, but he's got like the pure physical ability.
And he would need to be that kind of character because there can't be two that are just like mega rich fucking, kids that grew up
Tech
with a silver
heads,
spoon.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it wouldn't work. The angle would not work. I'm glad that they have him from like circus folk coming in, hanging out with the mega. Well, that's the other thing too, is they're like, yeah, he's a mega millionaire. And I'm like, dude, he would be a billionaire in today's.
They call him a billionaire.
Do they?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I thought they said millionaire, and I was like, what?
Maybe they call him both, but I did clock. I was like, yeah, he would have to be a billionaire.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, wait, what?
In fact, I wrote the most unrealistic part of this movie is a billionaire doing a profit sharing arrangement at his company.
I know.
They would never.
No. No, but yeah, that's what I thought I heard millionaire. That's why I was just like, what the fuck?
Hell
He's
no.
not a millionaire, bro. But anyway, not in Trump's America. Nicole Kidman, aka Chase, aka thirsty ass
She's so
fucking bitch.
The
dude.
second she lays eyes on Batman, she's like, "Oh, Batman."
Yeah, she
Like,
truly.
jeez.
No, like she's like. I was gonna say something gross.
Oh god.
Never mind.
Now I feel like I have to.
No, she. I can't. I
Okay.
can't.
All right.
It's so bad I can't even say it to you.
Okay, I'll try to remind you about that later.
I will say she like. Yeah, she jumped in the gate being zorny as fuck. Like
With her fabulous hair. Oh my god. And her hair is always constantly blowing in the wind, which I feel like is a very Joel Schumacher choice. Like that bitch's hair will be moving in every scene.
yeah, like a Beyonce concert. Even inside her fucking house, she's like,
I know. I'm like, why? What?
I'm like, dude, no windows are open. We see what's happening. This is incredible. But yeah, no, I love her character also because she's like, so she falls for Batman immediately because of like the costume and the lore and da-da-da, which makes sense. I think any of us would be like, oh. But then when she, meets the man behind the mask that she doesn't know is Batman, she also is into him.
Like, oh.
And every
but
2
I love
seconds.
somebody else. I'm like, you love somebody else? You met Batman for 5 seconds.
And she said it twice because she said it to Batman's face and then she said it to him without the mask. And I'm just like, how many times is this bitch going to change her fucking mind? But you know what?
And
Either
I thought
way.
she was going to be a villain. Did you?
I kind of thought so too because I
was like,
couldn't
"Ooh."
remember.
And then when I first saw Spice, I was like, wait, is that Nicole Kidman and just in different makeup? And then I was like, wait, no.
Oh, that would have been a cool thing to do. That would have been really cool.
But that's a Poison Ivy thing. She's a doctor
Yes.
and then she's a bad girl.
That's true.
And that's Nicole Kidman? No.
No,
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman,
Classic.
dude, and she with her red hair.
That she is the best part of that movie, absolutely.
She's sick. I mean, is the Penguin in that movie?
No.
In the first one.
He's in the Burton ones, right?
Oh, he is in the first one. Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
what
I
is it
think he's
called?
in the couple
Batman
ones before.
Returns.
Yeah.
He is in that one, right? Yeah, he's like the main guy in the first one. That's such a good.
I've never
movie
seen that one
too.
either, but the pictures I've seen of him, I'm like, disgusting.
He's scary.
Doesn't he bite someone's nose off?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Probably. Yes, I think you're right. Because he also had really gross teeth there. Ooh. Do you remember? Do you see that? No. Okay.
Too spooky.
Anyway, we need to cover that one so we can go over it
Ooh, okay.
in Batman month. Hee hee
Isn't
hee.
that the 80s though?
I think it's 92. If I'm not, I might be wrong, but for some reason I'm feeling. But who knows? We'll look it up. But anyways, so I don't even remember what else. Oh, Nicole Kidman being gorgy AF. Yeah, I wrote Two-Face and Riddler are us so hard. Just the way that they're like complimenting each other and like going back and forth. There's like a note here. One of them is like, "Say it," and the other one's like, "You're a genius," and he's like, "I know, we both are." They're just like
They're so
cracking up.
cute, just hyping each other up.
Yeah, I'm like,
I did have a note at the beginning part. I did actually agree with Two-Face about how his point is like it's all just luck. He's like a billionaire's just lucky.
Yes.
A person unhoused is just unlucky. That's just them's the breaks. And I was like,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Two-Face.
No, that's such a good point. It is.
With this little coin.
There is so much that goes into it. That's literally just, by chance at the end of the day.
And I have a note about the Nicole Kidman, Val Kilmer initially meeting when he's Batman.
Yes.
And she's a brilliant doctor psychologist who studied like abnormal psychology. And then she's like, "Oh, you've read my work." And he goes, "It's good, if a little naive." And I was like, "Fuck you,
No,
bro."
he's a dick.
Like,
He's a
negging
dick.
her immediately. I'm like, "You're rude. Are you kidding?"
I know. If it, like, no.
And she's just like, I'm like, slap him.
yeah, I'm like, literally punch him in the fucking face. But
Where's
then she,
his
like,
PhD?
I know. She comes back and she says something like, it's rare to find yourself on the bedside table of a superhero. Like some shit like that. And I'm like, girl, no, like, beat his ass. I'm so sorry. He sucks. That's fucked.
He's so rude.
And he's like so into her. I'm like, why do people do that? Don't fucking do that. You know what? Shouts out to you. Don't fucking do that, okay?
do
Don't nag women.
it.
We know what you're doing. You're a fucking
Stupid.
idiot. It's not going to
And
work.
it's not going to work like in the movies.
Yeah, like, no, like so many men. I meet people sometimes, people meaning men. I meet sometimes men who do say, like, they make little digs thinking that it's going to be sexy. It's not.
It's not.
We tell each other about it because we're like, they ruined their chance because they said this dumb little thing.
And a little tangent, Brent recently had me watch a hilarious little mini documentary from this parody news site called Channel 5 News.
Oh, yeah.
And have you heard of them?
Yeah, because I heard about them at Shrek Fest because there was something similar to Channel 5 News.
Oh, yeah, Wisconsin News
Yeah,
Tonight or
Wisconsin News.
something.
Yeah, so it was kind of the same thing. Yeah.
But he like signed up for a pickup artist class that was in Vegas at the Mirage.
What?
And this insane man with a mohawk was giving a course on being a pickup artist to these like 5 other dudes, including this like fake reporter.
No way, dude.
And yeah, he's like going through all the techniques of being a pickup artist. And what I was shocked to find out is it seems like their goal is not even to have sex with women. They simply want to make out, because they were all asking each other, how many makeouts have you gotten? How many makeouts? And then the founder and the teacher guy was like, over 5,000. And they're all like, whoa, that's a lot of makeouts. And then the other guys are like, I've probably got like 35 makeouts. And I'm like, what? What? I just blew my mind.
That doesn't even make.
I was
That's like a
you don't even
12-year-old.
want to have sex with him. You just want to. It's like almost better in a way. I'm like, okay, that's kind of lame, but
Not kind of lame. That's like the lamest shit I've ever fucking
but
heard
it
in
seemed
my
like maybe
life.
they were afraid to have sex.
Yeah, because they're fucking virgin losers with no souls. So obviously
But
they
then they're
don't.
like,
want
no, but I'm actually an alpha because I've had so many makeouts. I'm like, no one's talking about how many makeouts they've had.
No, I don't know if I've ever talked about.
Like, how would you possibly count? Is that just like you dated someone for like
I counted that like maybe in high school. Like I
you're,
was like
15
I've made
years
out with like
old.
7 people or whatever. But that's like
They do the number. It's honestly crazy.
no, that's. I need to watch that.
It's really funny. Highly recommend.
Dude, and the fact that it's in Vegas is so funny too, because it's like what you're bragging about the fact that you paid like $150 to go to the club and make out with someone who was drunk who'd make out with anyone anyways,
That's
and
what,
you're
like,
saying you're an
this
alpha
is like
because
shooting
of it.
fish in a barrel. Like people come to Vegas, like be crazy, and you're like,
Jesus
I'm so good
Christ.
at being a pickup artist. It's
No,
like,
that's actually fucking nuts.
So
bro.
try this in Minneapolis, bitch.
Yeah, try it anywhere else. It won't work out for you, bro.
Yeah.
That is so. Dude, I need to watch that shit. That's
But yeah,
so
they
funny.
have all the techniques in the books, and they think they're like geniuses. They're like,
Yeah.
Brent also has this comment about comedians sometimes where it's like they think they're like the most important people in the world and they're like changing the world, and it's like
They
you
do.
know, and they have that kind of ego. These guys similar ego where they're like, I'm just like living in the moment, and it's just like it's a good test to see like, can I vibe, and like can I be confident, and like can I thrive in any environment, and blah blah blah. It's like it's really not that serious.
It's really not.
You're just negging women and trying to make out with them. That's what it is.
Which is, by the way, that makes you the ultimate fucking nerd. Like, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
But it's so sad because they follow them around. They're like outside the Griffin, like all these iconic Vegas spots.
Stop it.
And the one guy goes up to a group of women, and the woman like basically immediately goes, "We're all married."
Yes. Guaranteed they're
And
not.
he's like, "What?" He says something lame like, "Well, I'm just exercising my right to communicate with people."
Exercising my right
Yeah,
to
so I was like,
communicate.
what? And then he's like, "Namaste." It's bad.
He said namaste.
No, he says something like he's like peace. He does some like weird like have a good day, like something. It was really lame. But
That-
it's like, yeah, he really thinks he's like transcending space and time by being annoying.
Is this the Mohawk guy or it's somebody else?
This was one of the attendees.
Oh, okay.
Mohawk guy is really weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he
Like
is.
I was shocked when Brent I go, "That's the guy." And he's like, "Yeah, that's the instructor." And I was like, "Whoa!" Was not expecting that at all. I thought like maybe a fedora, and many of them did wear fedoras. This guy couldn't. His mohawk was too large
What if he had like a mini fedora that he put on top of his mohawk?
on each spine.
You know what? Oh my God, yes. You know what? I'd be into someone that did that actually. So
I am slightly afraid you're gonna think he's hot.
I was just about to say, is he hot? Wait, okay. So besides the mohawk, what did he look like?
He had skinny jeans.
Yep. All right. That's all I need to know.
He was like, yeah, he's like kind of like a pop punk daddy, kind of. Lots of piercing. You're gonna love him. As I'm saying this out loud.
Okay, but just because I think someone's visually stimulating does not mean
Yeah.
that I would make out.
No,
Okay,
I think if he did hit on you, you'd be like, ew.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, if these are the tips and tricks that
Yeah.
he's giving, especially the nagging thing, like that never gets me, dude. That
No,
shit is
it's
so
like,
ugly
you're stupid.
and not hot, and it's so like I know what you're doing.
Yeah, we
I'm
know
not
what
a
you're
fucking moron.
Okay, sorry for that tangent.
Yeah, sorry. We could just go on.
But
and on.
Batman is, men think that's real.
I
Unfortunately.
know, it's so sad. It's like actually talk to any woman ever, and they'll tell you exactly what we want. Dumbass. Anyways.
I wrote Riddler is Brat.
Riddler is Brent. Doink. No, Riddler is so. The fact that he told Bruce Wayne here's my idea, and immediately Bruce is like, no. He's just like immediate revenge. I'm like, Loki, that's me.
Well, and he's like goes up to him and is like, I'm obsessed with you. I love you. They're trying to keep us apart, hella stalkery stuff. And then in the next scene, Alfred, I think, points out oh, this guy's obsessed with you. Or Nicole Kidman is someone oh, it's someone who's obsessed with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman's just like, have no idea who that could be. It's like, what about the person you met yesterday that was obsessed with you?
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh yeah, because one of the most iconic parts of the whole movie are the riddles that the Riddler sends over or brings over to his house and plays them, whatever. And this iconic green envelope with a question mark on it opens it up, and it's these really cool cardstock pictures where it looks like just a cut out picture of someone's head, and then you open it up and it has
so
the riddle inside.
crafty.
I think that really shaped my craft making journey as an adult, because I try to make really cool cards and shit like that, and I feel
And Riddler's house was super cool.
so cool.
Everything he did was very cool.
very Grinch layery, honestly.
Yes.
Now that I think about
he
it,
was very Grinchy in many
he
parts.
was very Grinchy.
His little posture and everything was very Grinchy.
Where I didn't really think about that, and his fit is fire.
Oh, the spandex bulge out constantly.
Thank God. Yeah, baby. Shouts out to that situation.
To that bulge.
And also, he has pink hair, which I didn't.
I thought it was red. Is it pink or red?
It is red. It's
Okay.
reddish at the beginning, but then when he changes into spandex
Oh
version,
yeah, and then he has a white Riddler suit at the end. That's
ooh, so
costume
iconic.
change.
So iconic, so cool. Yeah, the whole. I mean, those are all my notes. Literally, I could still talk about it, but
I have a few. Actually, oh, wow.
You have a good
whole other
amount.
page. I was cracking up. Slight trigger warning, self harm.
Oh yes, yes,
But
yes.
Riddler kills this guy, but he wants to make it look like a suicide, and he writes a suicide note as a memo. It's to whom it may concern,
Yeah.
from CEO guy, my death.
And he's like, it was like a father to me.
And it's I'm ending it all. Goodbye. And I was like, no one would write a suicide note like that.
To whom it may concern.
In a memo format.
Bro,
Incredible.
nobody. He's AI. That's AI writing that shit, honestly.
Oh, I felt so stupid because I was like, ooh, I love how the acrobats are dressed like Robin, because I didn't think Robin was gonna enter the picture. Because again, this was an hour in.
Yeah.
I was like, this is too late.
Truly, yeah.
It's too
so
late.
long in.
Oh, and I loved how in that whole scene at the circus, they're broadcasting it on live TV. Yeah. And so the Riddler can just watch it. I was like, there's no way they would show this terrorist attack on live TV.
No, they would cut to commercial
Nor
for
should
the rest of the fucking night.
But he's just hee hee and eating popcorn. And I'm like, this is crazy.
It is nuts. It's nuts.
Bruce's parents, hella rich. Oh my God. When they show their
Dude.
funeral, I was like, these people were already millionaires, if not billionaires. The rich get richer.
And those scenes are crazy. They do look like a dream too. They really
Very
filmed
Tim
it really
Burton-y,
cool.
too. Yeah, it was Tim Burton AF.
Yeah, you could really tell that he produced it because there's just so many dark, nightmarish kind of scenarios that are almost watercolory. It was kind of faded on the corners of the screen. Really cool, but yeah, hella billionaires. It does not trickle down, people.
not
Okay,
trickle
we talk about it all the
down.
time.
Yeah, wasn't expecting the Robin origin story.
Really cute.
Love how the Two-Face crew are all hot leather BDSM daddies.
Again.
Great costume.
Oh yeah, and there's another line where it's like, "Have you ever been to a leather bar or like a biker bar?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Y'all are in the culture, baby. I'm living for it."
Right, we have to wait an hour for Drew.
Yep.
I love a blacklight glow in the dark party. I wasn't
Dude,
expecting
Miss
that. I was
Congeniality.
like, fuck yeah, start drumming, babies.
Yeah.
Yes, Robin, reject vengeful murder. Revenge will not make you
Yes.
whole, Robin.
No.
So sorry.
It was Alfred that said that, right? Alfred's like, you should know more. Like talking to Batman, he's like, you should be really aware of like what that can do to someone if they're not given the right guidance. Batman.
And Batman tells him, he's like, you know, my life might seem great, but I'm obsessed with revenge and it sucks.
Yeah, I'm glad Alfred had that little chat with him because holy shit. And that honestly, because he was so rich, Alfred was probably his dad like his whole life, like on some Harriet the Spy shit, which also we should shout out.
Oh my gosh. Well, shout out.
Yeah, well,
So
you know,
sad.
Michelle Trachtenberg, R.I.P. She did sadly pass away a handful of days ago, and it shook
Such a
all
bummer.
of our BBWs to their core. A bunch of people sent us stuff, so thank you for sending that to
Yeah,
us.
we have our Harriet the Spy episode if you want to reminisce.
We do. I mean, it's really, really sad, but I'm very glad that we were able to cover that. So we have that memory forever. Hee hee. Anyways, but why did I bring that up? Oh, because Harriet the Spy was nannied by Rosie O'Donnell
Yes.
in
So
the
sweet.
movie. And I feel like it was a similar situation with, you know, Batman and Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next note is a vast departure in tone. Showing his ass is so funny.
Dude, listen.
Like there's all these quick cuts, like his nips, his
Like,
butt, his bulge, and it's just like, oh my god, incredible.
That was another thing Ebert brought up, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm sure.
but it was memorable. You're bringing it up right now, dog. So clearly it was the right move.
Only a couple more notes. Yeah, Riddler's last costume is just
I know the
all white and green. It's like yes,
So cool.
pinnacle. My last note is that I did make sure I watched the entire credits to hear "Kiss from a Rose."
That's one of me and Stacy's favorite
Oh,
fucking
it's
songs.
So good.
It's so this whole soundtrack is so good. The Flaming Lips are on the soundtrack.
Yeah, what song?
I don't remember. Let me look up the whole soundtrack actually, because I wanna see what songs they are.
Kiss from a rose
On the front. Ooh, don't get to be the stranger it feels.
So good.
Okay, Batman.
But it wasn't in the
Forever.
movie, and I was like, what?
I know, which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look here. Wait, no. Album. Oh wait, no, not Method Man. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me look this up. Batman.
From Flaming Lips.
I think
to
he was.
Method
I think he was on the soundtrack, but I'm trying to find the.
Man.
Okay, soundtrack list. Here we go. Okay. So we got "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me" by U2. "One Time Too Many" by PJ Harvey. "Where Are You Now" by I think there's two Brandy songs. "Where Are You Now?"
Wow.
"Kiss from a Rose," Seal, obviously.
Obviously.
"Nobody Lives Without Love" by Eddie Reader. "Tell Me Now" by Mazzy Star. "Smash It Up" by The Offspring. "There Is a Light," Nick Cave.
What? There is a light is in the movie?
Yep. "The Riddler" by Method Man. There we go.
part?
"The Passenger" by Michael Hutchins. "Crossing the River" by the Devlins. "8" by Sunny Day Real Estate. And "Bad Days" by the Flaming Lips.
Okay. I don't recall.
Yep. But most importantly, "Kissed by a Rose" is an iconic piece of musical history
So good.
that is criminally underrated and not brought up enough, in my personal opinion.
Right. I mean, it has like a midway break a cappella. It's just incredible.
Yeah, there's a whole breakdown of the entire song. Well, I'm sure there's a bunch, but there's one that I watched. Now I can't remember the creator, but if I find it again, I'll post it on our Instagram story. And it's a full breakdown of like all of the like the acapella at the beginning, all the different decisions that they made musically. Like, it's so sick for that song. So I'm gonna try to link it on the IG
Nice.
on our release week. But yeah, so fucking good, dude.
Well, I have trivia. If you're interested.
Yay. Yeah, sorry for the lack of notes. I was just so enthralled the entire I was like, whoa.
Well, and I do think sometimes action movies, it's hard to take notes just because you're like, action scene.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And action movies are hard for me in general anyways. So yeah, I really needed to like fully be immersed into the Batman world, but
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how you do.
I'm not gonna do
This is
good.
an old
I'm just
classic.
gonna say
Well,
this
not
now.
with that attitude.
Hey,
You have to manifest.
true, but I just also know myself. You know what I mean? I just have to keep it creamy with you. I'm not great at these things. We'll try.
All right, number 1. What does the E stand for in enigma?
Oh, it's his first name.
Indeed.
It's I don't remember.
He's the main guy in Twilight.
Oh, Edward?
Edward.
Perf. You know what?
Edward
That was
Nygma.
actually my first thought, and then I was like,
Nice.
that's too easy.
Number 2. What is the name of his brainwave device?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll give you a hint. It's the
Oh, the box or
The
something?
box.
Yeah, the box.
The
okay,
box.
yeah.
She
I did know
got
that.
it. Who are Two-Face's baddie assistants?
Sugar and spice.
Sugar represented.
Sugar right next to me. Baby.
Number 4. It is revealed why Batman chose a bat. Why?
Well, I know why. Because
Do you know why from this movie?
I don't know why. Like, I know why in general, but I'm not sure why for
What
this
is the
movie.
explanation they give in this movie?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
know.
Honestly, I didn't.
Why?
I know. Why? Sorry, my brain is working not well today.
The day of his parents' funeral, a bat flew at his face.
Okay, I was gonna say that because in like the lore, it's because he like ran into this space where like a bunch of bats were, and they all kind of not attacked him. That's the wrong word, but you know,
Rushed him.
yeah, rushed him for sure.
Okay, last question. This is kind of hard.
Perfect.
On what night did Two-Face and the Riddler attack the Batcave?
Like, is it a date?
It's a holiday. Holiday. Celebrate. It's one of your favorite holidays.
Valentine's Day,
No.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Arbor Day,
No.
420.
No.
I said every holiday. Wait, St. Patrick's, my
I
birthday,
said every holiday.
Ramadan. Wait, that's not a holiday. Is it a holiday? I think it is. I'm gonna say it is. No, it's Brent is saying it's not. Okay, what?
Halloween. I have Valentine's Day.
Oh my god.
Oh,
The fact that I don't
Lord.
even remember that, dude, I swear to
Oh,
God, I've been
man.
operating at a 0%.
Point out, you said Arbor Day before Halloween.
I think every holiday.
I said Ramadan, which isn't even a holiday.
Halloween night.
All
Halloween
right.
night.
Why
Well,
So I got like a 90, right?
100%
There we go. I gave it 110%.
done.
Oh, you guys, thank you for
Hold on, no.
encouraging me.
The quiz.
I know.
Oh, okay, I thought
No,
you
I
were
was just-
doing your wrap up. I was
No,
like,
no, I was saying thank you for encouraging
yeah.
me. I appreciate that.
She got it.
And we're
She
gonna-
nailed it.
You guys know. You saw it too. I got
Not
100.
a single hint.
Yeah, I don't get any hints and I get everything right. So, just so we're all on the
That's
same
the
page.
way it
Okay.
goes.
Which Batman? Maybe we should do villain.
Ooh, I like.
Are you? Which villain from the Batman? Wait, no, because that's okay. Which Batman villain are you? Okay.
Sick. What website?
Me TV Tunes.
Oh boy, let's
We'll
see.
see.
Well, hopefully it's not a scam.
Oh no, this one oh wait, never mind. Okay. Describe Gotham in one word. Mine, stupid, corrupt, or scary.
Stupid.
Describe Batman in one word.
Oh yeah.
Complicit, idiot, frenemy, or useless.
Complicit.
Okay. As a supervillain, why do you commit crimes? Hey, who said I commit crimes? I run a business. Wait, did I write this? I enjoy learning. I learn how much money I can steal in one night. I like seeing the fear in people's eyes, or the things I want most in life are control, power, and ... revenge.
Ooh, why? And the question is, why do I commit crime?
Yes.
I'm like, hey, buddy, it's a
I
business.
run a business over here. How will you catch / defeat the Batman? I kidnap literally everyone he knows and cares about and burn down half the city, but I get it done. With mind games and bombs, I guess, question mark. By constantly triggering his childhood trauma until he just gives up, or I just keep sending my goons after him
I love by constantly triggering his childhood trauma until he gives
until he
up.
just gives up. What did you do before you became a supervillain? I had a normal job until I just totally lost it. I had a series of random jobs until I got superpowers.
That's yours. Fast forward.
My past was so long ago that I don't even remember it, or I was born a supervillain.
I was
Which
born
I love,
this
honestly.
way.
Choose a quote. Fear is the mind killer, Frank
That's from
Herbert.
Dune. Okay.
Maybe, yeah, Dune probably jacked it, or they jacked it from him. Anyway, why so serious? The Joker. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Lewis Carroll. Or what use is an unloaded gun? Tony Soprano.
Jeez, I'm gonna do Lewis Carroll.
Okay.
What is the difference between a raven and a writing desk? You never get the answer in the book.
Oh, what book is it from?
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, classic. Finish this sentence. Gotham would be better without Arkham Asylum, Batman, also Batman, or its corrupt government that allows for crime to flourish and needing our citizens to need Batman.
That last one for sure.
Yeah. Does Gotham need Batman?
No. Oh.
So out of the nose, it's not at all. I am 50-50 on this, or no, Batman causes just as much damage to Gotham as we do.
Yeah, no, Batman's the property damages, the body counts. Very high.
It's true. Who's the best supervillain in Gotham? In terms of who I'm friends with? Penguin.
Oddly specific.
Me. Best is so subjective, but I would say Catwoman or Two-Face.
Me.
Yes.
If you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Exactly. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, Gotham is descending into chaos. What do you
Not
do?
again.
Instill more fear into the masses, and then maybe leave town when it gets too crazy. Rob all the banks and jewelry stores and casinos. Dance while the city burns down, maniacally laugh the entire time. Or take over the TV broadcast system and tap into everyone's brainwaves to make myself smarter.
I'm going to do number 2 because rob the jewelry store and tell him to make me a grill.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, and the bottom won't go. Okay, anyway. Do you have any fun supervillain accessories? I have a fun little cane. I wear handcuffs sometimes.
Oh.
I don't really care for accessories, or I have a gun. Are guns accessories? Jesus.
I don't really care for accessories. I'm not a big jewelry person.
There you go.
As you could tell.
Okay, I think there's only a handful more.
I was say, how many questions?
Are you afraid of Batman? Yes, I am, very much so. Batman is afraid of me. Fear isn't a part of our relationship. We're mutual adversaries. Or afraid of little Johnny Billionaire in his little suit? I don't think so.
That one.
That's badass.
Little Johnny Billionaire.
Do you know the Batman's true identity? Literally everyone in Gotham knows. Yeah, everyone knows. Not everyone knows. I don't, and I don't need to either. Or I thought I knew, but I was wrong.
The first one.
Literally everyone in Gotham
Literally
knows.
everyone knows.
Who murdered Mr. and Mrs. Wayne? Carmine Falcone, Joe Chill, or another random mugger? I think it was the Joker, or I think it was me.
I think it was me.
Period. If you had the Wayne family fortune, what would you do with it? Who says I don't already have that much money? Maybe I would finally make a headquarters for me and my henchmen. Commune. I would put it in a pool and swim around like Scrooge McDuck, or I would set it all on fire.
Set it all on fire.
Period. You're the Joker.
Oh.
Why so serious? You got the Joker, but you aren't clowning around.
That's right.
You like to plan ahead and love to go over the top.
I do.
I
Both
love
of those
it.
things are true.
I love that. Okay.
Okay, let me grab this from you.
Okay, let me go down to
I'm
where
glad
you
it wasn't a scam.
Me too. I got scared for a second. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Can't wait. I'm so
Describe
excited.
Gotham in one word. Mine, stupid, corrupt, scary. It's the new Kendrick song.
I know. Mine. Stupid. Corrupt.
Scary.
Scary. I'm going to go with mine.
Mine. Describe Batman in one word. Complicit, idiot, frenemy, useless.
Useless. LOL. I just think it's funny.
As a supervillain, why do you commit crimes? Hey, who said I commit crimes? I run a business. I enjoy learning. I learned how much money I can steal in one night. I like seeing the fear in people's eyes. Or the things I want most in life are control, power, and revenge.
I'd say the third one.
Okay. I like seeing the fear in
I like seeing
people's
the
eyes.
fear in people's eyes.
How will you catch and defeat Batman? Kidnap literally everyone he knows and burn down half the city. Mind games and bombs. Constantly triggering his childhood trauma. Or sending your goons after him.
I love the sending my goons
That's
thing.
fun.
That is fun.
What did you do before you became a supervillain? I had a normal job until I just totally lost it. I had a series of random jobs until I got superpowers. That one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my life.
All right, choose a quote. Fear is the mind killer. Why so serious? Why is a raven like a writing desk? Or what use is an unloaded gun?
Tony Soprano.
Tony,
What use
unloaded
is an
gun.
unloaded gun?
Finish the sentence. Gotham would be better without Arkham Asylum, Batman, also Batman, or the corrupt government that allows for crime to flourish, causing our citizens to need Batman.
That one.
Yeah. Does Gotham need Batman? Yes, unfortunately, not at all. I am 50-50 on this, or no, Batman causes just as much damage to Gotham as we do.
Say no, not at all.
Not at all. What's the best supervillain? Or who's the best supervillain in Gotham? In terms of who I'm friends with, Penguin. Me. Best is so subjective, but I would say Catwoman. Or Two-Face.
I'm going to go with the Penguin one because I love Penguin.
Uh-oh, Gotham is descending into chaos. What do? Instill more fear into the masses and leave town when it gets too crazy? Rob all the banks and jewelry stores and casinos? Dance while the city burns down? Maniacally laugh the entire time?
That's me.
Love it.
I'm a maniacal laugher. Ask anybody.
All right. Do you have any fun supervillain accessories? I have a fun little cane. I wear handcuffs sometimes. I don't really care for accessories. Or I have a gun or guns accessories.
I'd probably go with a cane. Canes are
Fun
hella...
little cane.
Dude, there's so many options with canes. They're so fucking rad.
They have little knives at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Or my grandfather had one and he had a duck, like a wooden duck head at the top of his that he
Nice.
held. It was so badass.
Classic. Are you afraid of Batman? Yes, I am very much so. Batman is afraid of me.
That one.
Okay.
Batman's
Yeah.
afraid of me.
Do you know the Batman's true identity? Literally everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows. Not everyone knows. I don't, and I don't need to. Or I thought I knew, but I was wrong.
I would go with the second one.
Okay. Yeah, everyone knows.
Yeah. Everyone knows.
Who murdered Mr. and Mrs. Wayne? Carmen Falcone.
I think that one.
Okay. He's like the crime boss.
Yeah.
If you had to run the Wayne family fortune, what would you do with it? Who says I don't have that much money? Headquarters for your henchmen, pool, and swim around like Scrooge McDuck, or I would set it all on fire.
I like the, wait, what was the second one again?
The commune option.
The commune.
Build a headquarters for you and your
Building
henchmen.
a fucking commune.
You got
baby.
the Riddler!
Hell yeah, the Rizzler, baby. That's me.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. You got the Riddler. So do you actually enjoy riddles, or do you just like watching people squirm?
I will say, I'm not going to name names or say certain specifics, but recently there was someone I didn't like that I ran into who like pretended to not see me. And then when I said hi, they were like, hi. And then like walked away. And I hated how much power I felt when I knew that they were afraid of me. And I was like, oh no, this is an ugly side
I
of
don't know
myself.
this story. I gotta get this
I
one
will
after
tell-
the
I'll-
break too.
I'll
I have
tell you.
so much to catch
Anyway, we
up
have
on.
so much to catch up on. But another episode.
Another episode of the books, babes.
Wow, we're doing so good, you guys. Thanks so much
Yes.
for joining us again for Drew
Yes.
Barry
Thanks
Madness
for
Month.
voting for these movies. We love you.
We love
so
you
much.
so fucking much. Can't wait till the next episode. Holy shit! I think that is the next one.
I think the next one might be a re-release.
Yes.
Of The Wedding Singer.
So you're not going to be getting a video for that week.
Sorry.
Because we did record that when we weren't filming in this beautiful studio of ours. But
just imagine we're wearing very appropriate on theme costumes.
oh yeah, I'd be wearing the blue tux with giant curly hair, and you'd probably be wearing a Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, it's just
Fit.
really, I can't think of any outfits.
Her server fit is pretty fire.
Yeah, pretty cute.
I can see that one. But anyway, we love you guys.
We love you.
Thank you so much as always. Shouts out to you and your loved
Shout
ones.
out, we love you.
We love you, and
baby.
we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Shout out to I Have No Mouth for our delightful theme song and Whitney Vertucci for our beautiful podcast art.
And all of this couldn't be possible without our amazing producer, Anthony, aka DJ Munchausen.
If you have questions for us or would like to advertise with us, please email us at blockbusterwives@gmail.com and please join our Patreon for exclusive bonus content.
As always, please rate, subscribe, and tell all your friends about us.
We love you!
Hey, Two-Face, show me how to punch a guy.
It's dirt simple, my boy. Ball up the fist, reach way back, and assert yourself.
That looks like fun. Let me try.
Ball up the fist,
Ball up the fist.
reach way back,
Reach way back.
assert yourself.
Ow! 100,220, 100 and... I lost count!